You ever have one of those moments where the universe gives you a front row seat to someone digging their own grave, and all you gotta do is watch? Yeah, that was me, except the grave was my luxury dealership, and the shovels were in the hands of people I trusted to run the place right. Let me back up a sec. This story starts with a bang, and if you've ever been on the wrong side of a velvet rope, you'll know exactly what I mean. Get out now. You're not welcome here. Security, get this woman out. That's what I heard before I even got both feet inside Prestige Motors. Manager's face was red as a stop sign, veins throbbing, and every single person in that glossy, echo-filled showroom just froze. Customers stared, employees went statue still, and there I was, Zora Thompson, just breathing, calm, because I'd already seen enough to know the line had been crossed. Hard. You want to talk karma? Stick around. What happened next? Well, let's just say sometimes the universe lets you hand-deliver the lesson. So, who's Zora? Just a woman who went from patching up old Chevys in her uncle's Detroit garage at 12 to owning a chain of 12 luxury dealerships across the state. Thompson Automotive Group. My baby, my sweat, and my name on every license plate frame. I bought Prestige Motors in Beverly Hills thinking it was the jewel in the crown, but something felt off, too many whispers, not enough proof. Customers dropping hints about bad vibes, quiet stories about being sized up the minute they walked in. You ever hear those, maybe you should shop elsewhere stories? They're usually true. So, I do what any woman who's built her own empire from the ground up would do. I go undercover, no press release, no tailored power suit, no $5,000 handbag. Just me, old jeans, beat-up sneakers, a faded tee, and a 9-year-old Honda Civic that's seen better days. No makeup, no jewelry, nothing to say CEO. I wanted the real treatment, the one regular folks get when the staff thinks they're just somebody from the wrong side of the tracks. First steps inside? Man, I became a ghost. 3 salespeople on the floor, schmoozing rich folks in loafers, all laughter and lattes, not a single nod in my direction. I waited 3 whole minutes, long enough to feel every ounce of disrespect soak in. Finally, I went to the reception desk. Jessica, blonde, flawless, looked me up and down like I'd tracked dirt across her runway. She didn't even say hello. Just, if you're here about a job, applications are online. Not, can I help you? Not even a smile. I say, I want to look at cars. She gives me the slow once-over, barely hiding the eye roll. Honey, our cheapest car is $40,000. Maybe try the used lot down the street. You ever hear someone say, honey, and know they mean anything but sweet? Yeah, that. But I wasn't here for a fight yet. Then Brad Wilson shows up, slick hair, attitude thicker than his wallet, and not a hint of shame. Ma'am, I think there's been a misunderstanding. He acts like me just standing there is a crime against luxury. I say, I'd like to see your luxury sedans. He says, those require serious buyers with pre-approved financing, making sure I and everyone else know I'm not considered serious. 3 forms of ID, bank statements, the whole works, just to look at a car. While he's doing this, a white guy in a suit waltzes in, and suddenly the air changes. Jessica's fawning, sales guys are scrambling. And he gets the keys to the same BMW I was eyeing without a single question. No proof of income, no ID, just instant royal treatment. Watching it unfold, I felt this cold, clean anger, the kind that settles deep and sharp, not the kind you shout out. Then Brad leans in, tells me maybe I'd be more comfortable at one of the other locations. Segregation by customer service. Real nice, right? Then the worst, security. Tom's his name, big guy, hand on his radio, coming up behind me like I'm about to rob the place. Brad smirking, customers are gawking, and I'm still just standing there, breathing. Tom grabs my arm, says, come on, lady, time to go. I yank away, look him dead in the eye. Take your hands off me. I'll walk out myself. The whole place goes silent. And that's when I know this test isn't just failed. It's burned, buried, and salted over. I leave, but not before promising dead calm. Eyes locked. Oh, I'll be back very soon. I sit in my Civic, hands shaking not from fear, but from fury. I call my assistant. Sarah, they failed the test spectacularly. Not a maybe, not a question, just the hard truth. This isn't unconscious bias. It's discrimination baked into the culture. It's policy. I watch from my car as another black woman, Jennifer, sharp suit, confidence for days, walks in. And I see, play by play, the same cold shoulder, the same hurdles, the same humiliation. That's when I know. This isn't about me. It's about every Jennifer, every customer who ever walked in and got told, in 100 little ways, you don't belong. That's when Protocol 7 comes out, the nuclear option. I text my team. Initiated. Termination paperwork, legal, HR, regional managers, everybody on alert. Brad and Jessica don't know it, but the clock is ticking. I drive off, let them think they won, then come back 30 minutes later, not in jeans, but in a suit worth more than some folks' cars, Italian shoes, diamonds subtle but clear. The whole staff looks at me and blinks. They don't recognize me at first. I ask to see the district manager, Robert Shin. He comes barreling in, sweating, eyes darting, and when he sees me, it's like he's seen a ghost. "Miss Thompson," he stammers, the fear leaking out in every syllable. Brad interrupts. "How do you know this troublemaker?" Still doesn't get it. That's when I hand over my business card, let it land on the counter with a click loud as a gunshot. I'm Zora Thompson, CEO of Thompson Automotive Group. The silence is so deep you could hear a dollar bill drop. Faces drain, mouths drop, and it finally clicks. This is the woman you humiliated, the one you called security on, the one you just judged unworthy of breathing the same showroom air. Brad tries to backpedal, but you can't be stammering, desperate. Sweat blooming on his forehead. I cut him off. What? I can't be successful? I can't own a business? Sound familiar? His world crumbles fast. I address the whole staff. For the past hour, I've experienced the worst customer service of my life. But more importantly, I've witnessed discrimination that goes against everything this company stands for. Brad tries one last time. "Ma'am, if I had known." And that's when I tell him the truth that every person in business should tattoo on their heart. That's exactly the problem. Your respect shouldn't depend on knowing who I am. Right there, right then, the reckoning begins. Brad, fired on the spot. Jessica, gone. Tom, out, and facing possible legal action for laying hands on a customer. Careers, reputations, pride, all stripped away in seconds, all because they let prejudice make their decisions for them. But here's what I want you to remember. It didn't stop there. I didn't just clean house. I rebuilt it. Diversity training, new hiring practices, customer service protocols where everyone gets treated right, every time, no matter what. And Jennifer? I brought her back in, apologized face to face, and sold her that BMW at a price that honored her patience and her dignity, not as a PR stunt, but because that's what a real leader does when they see wrong. The lesson? Character gets revealed when you think no one's looking by your choices, by your courage, by the way you treat the so-called nobodies in your world. Because sometimes the person you judge is the very one who holds your future in their hands. So, tell me, what would you have done if you were me? Ever seen this kind of injustice in real life? Drop your thoughts below. Right or wrong, justice or tradition, what matters most to you?